till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the back. Horse stock is a
Okay, good morning to all of you. So this is Vijayam Physics classes. Myself, I am Siraj Kumar. Okay, thank you all for 500 subscribers, and it is still rising. Thank you all for giving a lot of encouragement to me. Okay, so in the last class we discussed about in the vectors part 1. So in the vectors part 1 I explained about what is a vector, what is a scalar, and also discussed about the types of vectors. And in today's class we are going to discuss about how to add the vectors. Okay, the addition of vectors. See carefully today what we are going to do. Today we are going to discuss about the addition of vectors. And also apart from that one, today we are going to discuss how these vectors are added like what that is called by diagrammatically and also the mathematically also. See here in the addition of vectors, see what we are going to do. See let us first see. Let us say there is one vector is there. So let us say the vector A. This is vector A. And there is another vector is there. Let us say B. Now see what is the resultant of these two vectors. See carefully here. See whenever any vector is given, see carefully this is called tail and this is called head. See here the next vector we are drawing from head to the tail of this one is added to this one. Okay, then what about the resultant of these two? See let us say the resultant is C. So this one is C. And you see how to represent C here. See remember this is called vector addition. You cannot add, suppose let us say if there are two vectors are there, suppose this is 5, this is 4, then say you cannot say the vector C is equal to 5 plus 4, 9. So this is wrong. You cannot add like that. Why? Because see every vector is coupled with a direction. So that's why we cannot add like directly. Okay, see here if two vectors are there, see carefully here, this is one vector, this is another vector, and say the C is equal to what? A plus B. Then similarly let us try to add the same vectors. Let us say this one is B and say let us say this one is A. Okay, see this is the tail and this is the head. So tail to head is the resultant. Now let us say this one is D. Now tell me here what is D here? D is nothing but B plus A. B plus A. See carefully here what it did here. C is equal to A plus B. D is equal to B plus A. And if you observe carefully C and D, they are in the same direction. And we are just adding the same vectors. So therefore you can say, see the C and D are equal. Or if not you can also write, see A plus B is equals to B plus A. See as A plus B is equal to B plus A, then what you can say, see the addition of vectors is commutative. Okay, addition of vectors is what? It's a commutative property. Okay, are you following? So what I am saying here, what I am trying to discuss today? Today I am trying to discuss about the addition of vectors. See here when two vectors are taken, see how they are added here. See the tail and head if I take, say from the next head to the tail is added and we have drawn that vector. And see there is one property there. Suppose see for example if I have a vector A here, say I can slide this vector to any direction I like that. Any direction is in the same direction, sorry, anywhere I can like that. Suppose see vector A is there. So you can write the vector or you can slide this vector. That is the sliding of vector. The sliding of vector doesn't change its magnitude. Okay. Okay, so this is the addition of vectors. Now let us try with three vectors. The same thing. Let us try with three vectors. And just now what we got here, the addition of vectors is commutative. So commutative property holds in the case of addition of vectors. Now see, let us try another one. See, let us say this is the vector A. Okay, and let us take another vector B. This is A and B. And now let us take another vector C. This is it. Now how we can add this one? You can see carefully A and B. See here you can add like this. See this is A and B. Let us call it as D. Okay, now see between D and C, because this is D, D is the, what is D here? D is nothing but A plus B. Okay, now see D is equals to A plus B, then see this is D and this one is C. Now how can I add D and C? So this is D and C. So let us call it a E. Now tell me what is E here? So E is nothing but, see this is D, this is C. So E is nothing but D plus C. So therefore, yeah, but what is D here? A plus B. Therefore, E can be written as A plus B, okay, plus C. Okay. Now let us try in another way. Let us see carefully. This is A. Okay. See, this is B. Now let us take the vector C and this is vector C. Okay. Now see carefully. See, let us add B and C first. So let us call it as D for the time being. Now tell me what is this D here? Okay, see D is nothing but, okay, D is nothing but B plus C. Okay, then here say let us add A and D now. See A and D. If I add A and D, I get E. Therefore see what is E here? So E is nothing but, see A and D means what? A plus D. But what is D here? It's nothing but E is equals to, you can write A plus B plus C. Okay. Therefore, see now what you can say here, what you got here, A plus B plus C. Here A plus B plus C. Therefore, here you can observe this is also E, this is also E, and both are one and the same. Therefore, see what you can write here, see addition of vectors is associative. Okay, addition of vectors is what? It is associative in nature. Okay, because see A plus B plus C is equals to A plus B plus C. Okay, are you following what I am saying? So means what here? Addition of vectors is commutative, addition of vectors is associative. But here see whenever you are adding vectors, see why can't we try the subtraction of vectors? Okay, see let us try the subtraction of vectors. The subtraction of vectors means what here? So here let us try. Let us try subtraction of vectors. Okay, see subtraction. Now see the subtraction of vectors. See, observe here. This is one vector A. Okay, this is another vector B. Okay, this is A and B. Now see, let us take the negative of vector B, that is nothing but minus B. Okay, see here the negative of vector B, and say let us see what is the, see here what is the subtraction of A and B here. See carefully this one. See here A and minus B, because A plus of minus B is what? A plus minus B. Means that this one is C here. So what is the C value you got here? It is nothing but A minus B. Okay, now similarly, see let us take, this is B. Okay, see this is B, and let us say this one is A. Okay, now take the A in opposite direction, that is negative of vector A. The negative of vector A. Now see this is B, this is minus A. Now see let us add this B and A. That is B plus of minus A. That is B minus A. Let us call it as D. See D is equals to B minus A. Now once observe here, this one is A minus B, this is B minus A. And see, observe here, see C is in downward direction here. Here see the D is in upward direction. Are they equal? Even though their magnitude may be equal, okay, their magnitude may be equal, but their directions are not same. So that's why you cannot say C is not equal to D. Means what? A minus B is not equal to B minus A. So means what? See, the subtraction of vectors cannot be commutative and it cannot be associative also. Okay, the addition of vectors is commutative and associative, but regarding subtraction of vectors, you cannot call it as a commutative. It is neither commutative nor associative also. Because why? Because see, whenever you are subtracting here, and whenever you are taking the negative direction, see the direction is changing. If the direction changes, they doesn't follow this law. But here say I am just saying okay A plus B, say I am just drawing the diagrams and doing. But here how we can say mathematically about the addition of vectors. See, mathematically we can add vectors by using parallelogram law of vectors or the triangle law of vectors. Okay, there are two important things are there. So those two things we'll discuss. See, remember the parallelogram law or the triangle law, both are one and the same. But here regarding triangle law, we'll take a triangle and we'll prove that one. And regarding parallelogram law, we'll take a parallelogram and we'll prove that one. So better what I'll do, I'll be explaining the parallelogram law of vector addition. Okay. Parallelogram law of vector addition. So what is parallelogram law of vector addition? Okay, so first let us I'll write the statement here. So what is the statement here, and then we'll try to understand this statement and we'll try to prove this statement also. Okay, see here what is the statement here. See, when two vectors acting at a point are taken as the two sides of a parallelogram, okay, then the resultant is represented, in magnitude and direction. Okay, magnitude and direction by the diagonal passing through it. Okay, please write down this one. See, it's a very, very important statement. See what is this statement here? See, when two vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a parallelogram. Okay, when two vectors acting at a point are taken at two sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the diagonal passing through it. Okay, so this is a statement here. Okay, you can pause and you can copy this one. So it's a very, very important statement. See, based on this statement, we are trying to prove this parallelogram law. And today I will be saying a few problems also, how to solve the problems related to this parallelogram law of vectors. Okay, see carefully here. So, see here in this one, see we are taking two vectors and that in a plane, in the same plane. Remember, they should lie in the same plane. They did not belong to different planes. Okay, so that is another important question is there. So that also we will discuss it here. Okay, see carefully here. See here what is said here. See, when two vectors are taken, okay, and two vectors are acting at a point. Okay, see means this is one vector and this is another vector. Two vectors are acting at a point. So let us call them, and this is vector A, this is vector B, and these two vectors are acting at a point O. Okay, then here see, here these two vectors are taken as the sides of a parallelogram. So these two vectors are taken as what? See, imagine it's a parallelogram. Okay, then here see what is this one? The resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a parallelogram. Okay, see remember, see here between A and B the angle is theta. Okay, remember theta is what? Theta is the angle between these two vectors. And here R is what? R is the resultant. And here let us say the resultant is making an angle alpha. So remember, see two important points we are trying to derive here. One is what? See, one is the resultant R and the other one is what? The direction of the resultant. See, that is nothing but B, alpha. Okay, the direction of the resultant we are trying to find here, and also we are trying to find the magnitude R. See, for this purpose what we'll do, here we'll just extend this, let us say this one is P, this is Q, this one is S. So let us extend this OP vector a little bit far and draw a perpendicular here. Suppose if I just extend this one, let us say I extended up to T. Okay, remember this one is perpendicular, means what, this one making a right angle there. And see this is a parallelogram. Parallelogram means what? The opposite sides are equal. If this one is A, then this is also A. If this one is B, then this is also B. So I'll just join here. Okay, see this one is also B. Here B is making with the OP an angle theta. So here also it makes an angle theta here. Okay, are you following so what I am saying here? Okay, now see, observe here carefully. See here from this diagram, see here the triangle. See, observe the triangle QPT. See here, observe this triangle QPT. So in this triangle QPT, see, tell me what is sine theta here. See, sine theta is equal to QT by PT. QT by PQ. Okay, or if not, see, you can write, see, QT is equals to PQ sine theta. But here what is QT? Okay, QT is equals to, what is PQ here? That is nothing but B. So therefore you can write it as B sine theta. Okay, then similarly, what is cos theta here? See, what is cos theta here? See, cos theta is equals to PT by Q, PQ. Therefore, see, what is PT here? PT is equals to PQ cos theta. Okay, therefore here PT can be written as, see, what is PQ here? PQ is nothing but B. Therefore, see, B cos theta. Okay, and also see in the triangle QPT, see carefully here, see QP square is equals to PT square plus QT square. Can I write it? Because it's a right angle triangle. As it is a right angle triangle, you can write, see, QP square equal to PT square plus QT square. Okay. Now, let's see here, observe here again. So let us consider another triangle here. See, triangle OQT. See, here I took QPT. Here I am taking OQT. See, in the triangle OQT, see, observe here carefully. So can I write OQ square is equals to, see, OQ. What is OQ here? This is a right angle triangle. See, observe, this is a right angle triangle. So what is OQ square here? OQ square is nothing but, say, OT square plus QT square. Okay, or if not, say, you can also write, see, OQ square is equals to, so what is this? OT. OT is nothing but OP plus PT. Therefore, you can write here OT plus PT whole square plus QT square. Okay, or if not, see, you can also write, see here OQ square is equals to, see, this is A plus B whole square. Therefore, OT square plus PT square plus 2OT PT plus QT square. Okay. Okay. Now see, observe here carefully here. See, PT square plus QT square. See, PT square, QT square. Therefore, in the place of PT square plus QT square, what you can write here? You can write QP square. Therefore, OQ square is equals to OT square plus QP square, because in the place of PT square, QT square, I have written QP square plus 2OT. See, in the place of PT, can I write down PQ cos theta? PQ cos theta. Okay, now see OQ. What is OQ here? Tell me. OQ is nothing but resultant R. Therefore, I can write, see, resultant R square is equals to, what is OT square here? See, OT square. OT square. Oh, sorry, this one is OP. Sorry, this is OP. OP square. Okay. See, OT square can be written as OP plus PT. OP plus PT. So OP square. Okay, what is this OP here? OP is nothing but A. Therefore, A square. What is QP? QP is nothing but B. So B square plus 2. What is this OT? Oh, again here also. See, this is OP. Okay, so 2A B cos theta. Okay, 2AB cos theta. Okay, that is R square. R square is equals to what? A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Or the resultant can also be written as A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, the square root of this. So this is how we can find the resultant of two vectors acting at a point. See, it's a very simple, very simply we can do this one. You can pause and you can copy each and every point and you can find out how we can do this one in a simple manner. Okay, see here what we got is two vectors A and B are acting at a point O and the resultant is R here. And here see the between A and B the angle is theta. So here what we do, we just took one perpendicular. And here we took two triangles, one is QPT and another one is OQT, and we try to derive this one. It's a very simple. You can practice it. Very important. Okay. Now see, we got the resultant here. Now see, what is the other question here? See, the other question is if you have to find this angle alpha. And how we can find this one? Okay. So you can pause and you can copy this one and rubbing it. Okay, see then how we can find the resultant here. See again observe this triangle. See observe the triangle OQT. Okay, see in the place of OQT, see here you can write here tan alpha. What is tan alpha? Tell me. What is tan alpha? See tan alpha is equals to opposite side by base. So here what is the opposite side here? QT. By base is what? It's nothing but OT. So therefore, see here, tan alpha is equals to, see here, QT. What is QT here? Okay, that we will write. Okay, QT is nothing but PQ sine theta by, what is OT here? It's nothing but again, OP plus PT. Okay, then here say, what is this OP here? OP is OP only. And what is this PT here? PT is equals to PQ cos theta. Therefore, see, PQ sine theta by OP plus PQ cos theta. Okay. Now in the place of PQ, what you can write here? See the place of PQ, that is B. Therefore, see B sin theta by. See OP is what? A. So A plus B cos theta. So this is our required result. See the tan alpha. See based on this tan alpha, you can find the angle here. Okay, you can find the angle made by the resultant here. Okay, see what is the angle made by the resultant with the vector A? See the angle made by the resultant with the vector A is nothing but tan alpha equal to B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. Now sometimes they may ask another question, what is the angle made by the resultant with B? Okay, see instead of doing all these things you can write almost directly. See here what is tan beta here? The tan beta is equals to, see when it is making with alpha with A, then we got here B. So here now it is making with B means what you will get here? You will get A. Therefore A sin theta by B plus A cos theta. Okay? Are you following what I am saying here? So means you see by using this parallelogram law of vector addition, okay, by using this parallelogram law of vector addition, now what we got here? See we got here, see the resultant R we got, here R is equals to what? So root over A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta we got, that is the resultant we got. And also we got the direction of the resultant, so magnitude and direction. So this is the parallelogram law. See parallelogram law of vector says what? If two vectors are acting at a point, then the resultant can be represented by the diagonal passing through it. The resultant in magnitude and direction. So both we got here. So it's a very important one. But let us say there are some cases are there in this one. Let us discuss those cases. So what are the cases we have regarding this parallelogram law of vectors? Okay, see, observe here carefully. Now see the case 1 here. See case 1. See what is the case 1 here? See case 1 is that suppose if two vectors are acting in the same direction. Okay, if two vectors are acting in the same direction. If two vectors are acting in the same direction, then what will happen? See, the angle between them is 0. The angle between them is 0. If the angle between them is 0, then see, let us substitute here. See, r is equals to root over a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Here, what is cos 0 here? Cos 0 is equal to 1. If cos 0 is equal to 1, then say a square plus b square plus 2ab. Therefore, that can be written as root over a plus b whole square. Because a square plus b square plus 2ab. Therefore, see what is the resultant here? Resultant maximum. It's nothing but a plus b. Okay, means what if two vectors are in the same direction? Then tell me here what is the maximum resultant that time? The maximum resultant is nothing but a plus b. Now see the case 2 here. So what is the case 2 here? Let us say the two vectors are acting in opposite direction. Let's say this one is vector A, this is vector B. Say they are acting in the opposite direction means, now tell me what is the angle between them? See theta is equal to 180 degrees. If theta is equal to 180 degrees, what is cos 180 here? Cos 180 is minus 1. Therefore see cos 180 is minus 1 means here what you will get here? See r is equals to, you will get here a square plus b square minus 2ab. Therefore see what is the r minimum here? The r minimum is nothing but a minus b. Okay, see this is a and minus b. Like earlier one, like diagrammatically a and b. Means they are in opposite direction, you can subtract here. They are in same direction, you can add here. Okay, C means what you can do? You can do either directly or like diagrammatically also. So diagrammatically also we are correct here. And mathematical also we are correct here. Okay, now see look at the case 3. It's a very very simple one, another one. See in the case 3 what we do? Let us say the two vectors are acting perpendicular to each other. See a perpendicular to each other. Means perpendicular means what is the theta value here? The theta value is 90 degrees. And what is cos 90? The cos 90 is 0. See cos 90 0 means what? What is the resultant here? The resultant is equals to root over a square plus b square. Okay, see here. See when the two vectors are perpendicular, then see what is the resultant? The resultant is equals to root over a square plus b square. Okay, so are you following what I am saying? See, three cases we got here. Either they may be in the same direction, they may be in the opposite direction, they may be perpendicular, or they may act at any angle. Every time the resultant is this. Okay, now so let us look at one simple problem based on this one. Okay, so whatever you wanted to copy, please kindly pause and copy. Okay, now so let us try one problem, and one problem I give you as homework. Please kindly type that answer in the comment box. Okay, now so see this question here. See this example. See, let us say two equal vectors. Okay, two equal vectors are acting. Okay, are acting at a point making an angle theta. Okay, two equal vectors. Okay, I have written twice. Okay, two equal vectors are acting at a point making an angle theta. Then find the resultant and the angle. Okay, find the resultant and the angle. Okay, then see carefully. See the solution of this one. Okay, see here in this one what is said here? A is equals to, okay, vector A is equals to vector B. Both are equal. So let us equate them to some x. both are equal. Then here you have to find the resultant and also you have to find the angle alpha, two things. Therefore, you see what the formula we got here, see R is equals to root over a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Therefore, here R is equals to root over, see a is equal to b, both are same, let us equate them to x. Therefore, see x square plus 2x square cos theta. Therefore, here R is equals to, see here x square plus x square is how much here? 2x square. So, can I take 2x square common? 2x square into 1 plus cos theta. So, observe here, see x square, 2x square. So, 2x square common. Therefore, 2x square into 1 plus cos theta. And you see here, 1 plus cos theta is equals to 2 cos square theta by 2. Okay, see here 1 plus cos theta equal to 2 cos square theta by 2. Therefore, let us substitute here. See, R is equals to root over 2x square into 2 cos square theta by 2. Okay, then see, observe here carefully. See, observe here. See, this one is 2, 2. Therefore, see what the result in here? 2. Okay, and here x square is x. So, x and what is this? The square root of cos square theta by 2. So 2x cos theta by 2. Or if not, you can write here simply. See, resultant is equals to what? 2a cos theta by 2 or 2b cos theta by 2. Okay, are you following what I am saying here? Are you understanding, sir, what I am saying here? Okay, then you say, what about the resultant here? What about the alpha here? Okay, see, let me do here. Okay, I think you might have copied. Okay, then what about the resultant here? See, resultant equal to b sin theta by a plus b cos theta. Okay, a plus b cos theta. And then what is the resultant here? See here b. So b is x because a is equal to b is equal to x I said. X sin theta by, see here a is equal to what? X plus x cos theta. Therefore, x sin theta by x into 1 plus cos theta. Okay, now here see you can cancel this x and x. But here see you can write here, see sin theta can be written as, okay, 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. And just now we learned 1 plus cos theta can be written as 2 cos square theta by 2. Okay, so therefore here see what is the R here? R is equals to, so 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. This one 2 cos square theta by 2. Sorry, this one is tan alpha. See, tan alpha is equals to, okay, tan alpha is equals to, okay, tan alpha is equals to. Okay, now see here, observe here carefully. Here you can cancel the 2 and 2. Is it cos theta by 2, cos theta by 2 cancel. Therefore, see here sin theta by 2 by cos theta by 2 is how much here? Say tan alpha is equals to tan theta by 2. Therefore, what is alpha here? Alpha is equal to theta by 2. Okay, so see two important formulae we got here. Suppose if two equal vectors are acting at a point. Okay, if two equal vectors are acting at a point, then say what is the resultant here? Resultant is 2a cos theta by 2. And what is the angle made by them? What is the angle made by the resultant here? It's nothing but theta by 2. Okay, are you following, sir, what I am saying here? See here, the resultant is nothing but 2a cos theta by 2. And also see the angle made by the resultant is how much here? It's nothing but theta by 2. Okay, now here see there is another question there. If two equal vectors are acting at a point making an angle theta, see here just you can try this problem. Okay, at a point making an angle theta, okay, and and the resultant is equal to one of the vector. Okay, resultant is equal to what? One of the vector. Okay, then find alpha. Okay, see carefully, see here what is the question here. Two equal vectors are acting at a point making an angle theta and the resultant is equal to one of the vector. Then find angle alpha. Okay, in that case what is the alpha? See, when two equal vectors are acting at a point, the resultant is r. But now what is it here? The resultant r itself is equal to x, or the resultant is equal to a. That is the clue I gave here. Then you have to find what is alpha that time. Okay, please kindly type your answer in the comment box. Okay, thank you all. Okay, this is Vijayam Physics classes. Okay, see, I am really very thankful to everyone. Okay, for giving 500 subscribers, and the number is still rising. Hope I'll reach 1000 in the near future. Thank you all.